Well, this is another take 5. I thought you might be interested in another take 5. And which one should I start with? Let's start with what have I been making. Well, I haven't stopped sewing. I've been continuing to sew, and I have been doing the Donny top again. I used some fabric that Renee sent me from America. I've been putting it to one side and thinking, I'm not going to do that yet, I'm not going to do that yet. And then I decided at the last minute, I looked at it and I thought, I'm going to use that. And I extended the Donny top, the sides really long, made it kind of 3/4 length, and it ended up looking like this. And I loved it. I thought it was great. It has a particular pattern on it that has a band, the 3 little rick-rack type bands. I haven't put the rick-rack on. I tried to match as best I can. I think I'm about a millimetre out, just a small amount. But it looks quite nice with this rick-rack across the front here. So that one, and I thought it can work as a blouse. I thought it was great as a blouse, but also when the time comes that I don't want to wear it as a blouse, it makes a nice little nightie, a night dress that I can wear with pyjama bottoms or something. Second one that I did for the Donny was, I had seen on the Donny Instagram page that somebody had added a skirt to it. Now there is someone who's added a skirt and made it more of a frill type skirt. But this one, and that I'll put a picture up of that to show you what they did. But the one that I had seen, she'd actually gone a bit longer. She'd lengthened it down a little bit, and then she'd gone with a full long skirt. So I tried that, and I used some camouflage viscose that I had. I've always liked camouflage fabric, and I thought, well, I'm going to get some. I've had this about a year, and it's turned out quite nice. But the annoying thing was, you know, when I say do professional or do people who are good sewers make mistakes? I made a mistake, and what I did was I caught a bit of the fabric off the bodice into the gathering part when I was using it on the serger, on that serger there. And what happened was I ended up with it kind of caught the fabric, so the fabric, instead of being like that, had caught and was folded over. So I had to unpick it, and when I unpicked it there was a hole here. And because the serger had cut a little hole, so I had to try and match a little piece like that. Fortunately I had some spare fabric, so I matched the pattern. You can't tell it from a distance. You would notice if you went up close to it. But then I thought I could put a little kind of logo there, you know, put one of those a couple of Christmases ago. I got some Kylie in the Machine little tags, and I thought I could put one of those over, but I haven't got that far. I just a little hand sew patch round. It looks okay, and I figured, well, let's see what that looks like and see if I can get away with it. And I think I can. I don't think you'll notice it, but this is the dress that I made. And what else did I make? Oh, I had some jersey fabric that I bought. I think it was from Pound Fabrics, but it was it was jersey, but it was like a bamboo jersey, and I didn't know if I liked it. It was blue. And then I thought, at first I was thinking, should I sell the fabric? And then I thought, no, I'm going to make something, because I went and put a dress on in my wardrobe that I haven't worn all year, and I put it on, and when I put it on I thought, why have I not worn this? And it was the Cashmerette Turner dress that I made, and I thought, I'm going to make another one. So I made another one, and I made it with the black band there, and it looks lovely. and I had a little bit of spare fabric left, and then I thought, right, what else should I do? And I have a particular night dress that I bought that I quite like, and it's basic. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a one I bought. It's called Nautica, and basically it's just like a t-shirt. It's a straight up and down one. It has a panel on the side that I wasn't bothered about, but when I wear it I quite like the shape of it. So I thought, right, the spare fabric that I'm going to use, the spare fabric that I've got left in that bamboo jersey, I'm going to trace this off and I'm going to make a top with it, and make a long top, which I did. And the long top goes nice with trousers, and I could wear it again as a night dress if I got fed up with it. And it also goes nice with tights on, I suppose. I never tried it with tights, but I think it'll look okay with tights. So that was the next one. And the other thing I did was, do you remember that I showed you a Mandy Marsh dress that I had in my wardrobe, and it looked baggy and horrible? I bought it in Phoenix of Newcastle years and years ago in the 80s, and as I say, it's a little bit too, I've got a little bit of a belly here, as you might have noticed, and perhaps if I brought it up to there, that might be a bit more flattering. We shall see. I think I used to wear it with a belt. It was the one that I used to wear when I was in my 30s, and I've hung it up in my wardrobe for ages and ages, and I kept thinking, I like that, but I don't like the shape of it. It's very frumpy now. So I changed that, and I shortened the bodice, made it more into a slightly just above the waist type gather, and this is what it turned out like. Now I have enough fabric left. I took a bit off the bottom as well because it was right down at the floor, and I have enough fabric left to maybe make a collar. So I was thinking I might just make a collar to fit onto it, because I just feel that there's something missing around the neck. I do like a shirt type collary type thing. So that turned out really better than I expected. So that would be another dress that I wear. I can't think of anything else that I've been doing. So apart from last week when I made that seatbelt cover. So there you go. Those are the clothes that I've been making in the past 2 or 3 weeks. Hi everyone. I was asked by a particular company if I would like to try out their Darkspot vanish, and it's especially for things like this. Do you see? I have this Darkspot, the kind of sunspots that you get. I have a little patch round here, and I have a patch round there. And I was asked if I'd like to try this Dr. Sister Darkspot vanish. So I said yes, because I want to see if it works, see how good it is. I'm just going to follow the instructions on here. Apply twice daily to dry cleansed skin. Well, I've just cleansed my skin and I've put nothing else on it, and I'm ready to use it. It says don't apply near your eyes. Well, I am going to be going here, but I'm keeping it well away from the eyes. And let's see what it's like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, because I've got to apply it twice a day. I will apply it, it's afternoon now, so I'll put some on today, I'll put the next one on tomorrow, and I'll keep taking pictures to let you see whether it does anything to that area, and to this area down here. We'll be able to see what it does. And basically it comes in a little container like that, And again, it's like a little tube. It says apply it to cleanse dry skin. Gently massage a small dot over each area of concern. It's got a little pressure pump there, so I'll be using that. I might try a couple on my arms because I've got a one that hides. I don't know why. I've always worn a watch, and yet I've got one here as well, a biggish one. I figured I might try the big one to let you see what the effect is on those. There. Massage it into that area. It's lovely, and it feels very slippy. It's rather slippy, but it's quite nice. I'll spread it a bit more, just see to that area. And then I'll do a piece on here. Got a lovely feel to it, lovely texture. It feels very, it's not oily. It doesn't feel at all oily. And one there. Have I got any here? I'll do one there. And I've got a little bit left here, so I really don't need as much as that to try it, but I'll try it on the back of my hand. Move my watch down. Try it on the back of my hand there. Massage it in. And I also have a little one there, so I'll use that on there. I obviously don't need to use too much of it. The drop doesn't need to be that much because it actually spreads, it rubs in really well. What's it like? It feels like it's a lovely feel to it. And oh, well, I've got a couple on there, so I think I'll take that, what I've got left, and I shall put some on there. One there and some other ones there. You should exfoliate your skin weekly to allow it to penetrate down into the dermal areas of your skin. It also says you can use it alongside sunscreen during the daylight hours. So if I use this when I get up in the morning, and then I put some sun cream on, I would probably wait for that to really soak itself in before I start adding the sun cream. So watch this and see what happens. So this is 8 days since I started using this cream. This is the area that I did, so we'll be able to compare what it looks like now to what it looked like before. I actually started putting some on the brown circles of my eyes, and I think they faded a bit as well. And this one here, still dark, but I think it's getting lighter. And as for my ones on my wrist, well, let's have a look at this. That there is what it's like now, and the one on my back of my wrist, this is the one that I was putting it on, and this is what it's like here now. So I'm going to carry on using this. Obviously, the longer I use it, the paler it should go. So let's see what it's like in another 7 days. It's day 28 since I started using this Dr. Sister Darkspot Vanish cream, and I have used it in here and there, on my chest there, and on here. Those are the main places that I've focused on. And I have to be fair, these places that I focused on, that one, and that one, these ones have been long-standing ones, and because they've been long-standing ones, I don't expect them to go straight away, but I have noticed they're fading. So it's obviously going to take me a while to get them really to disappear, but they are fading. And in fact, my husband noticed, he said that's almost gone in this area. This one is fading, it's still got the dark area to it, and this one on my hand has still got a bit of a dark area on it, but it was a dark brown, and that was a dark brown, That was a dark brown, and as I say, this one here was a very dark brown, and that's actually faded. So that is the one that I was most focused on, because I felt I could notice it more, and so I was really pleased with that. I've got no makeup on. I do have eye makeup and a little bit of lipstick, but nothing else. And I have to say, this is really good. And as I say, I wasn't sure if I was going to get a miracle. I did put some on here because I have got some areas here towards the latter part of the month. I did put some on my cheekbones, and that's starting to fade a little bit. But obviously the heavier ones will take a lot longer. The other ones are fading, but they're fading quicker. But don't forget, I'm 72, and a 72-year-old that's been in the sun all those years can't expect an overnight reaction. They have to give it time to work, and it's working. I'm really pleased with what it's doing to me. I would recommend this Dr. Sister Darkspot Vanish, because I've got to say it slowly because it's so hard to pronounce. But yeah, it's worked well, and I think I've only used half of it, so I've got a good long time that I can carry on using it. It's got a bit of weight in here, so I think there's still a good bit left. When I was just putting a little pearl drop on, then there's quite a bit left. So I would highly recommend this Dr. Sister Darkspot Vanish. Good afternoon, everybody.
Do we do shopping trips?
Well, we don't do shopping. We've just done a shopping trip. Gone to Morrison's instead of Tesco. It's just usually the one he wants to go to. No, I just thought we'd call in, check in on everybody just to see how they are, and to tell them how we are.
We're all right, aren't we? Are we all right?
I think we're all right.
We're all right. You said your knee hurt.
Yeah, my knee just started. I've done very well with my knee not hurting, and while we're walking around Morrison's.
We never go to Asda. What made you say Asda?
Same way as I call everybody by different names. It never bothers me, because right from being 16 and 17 rather, I always forgot names of things. It's not something that suddenly started, so I'm not worried about dementia. Although I do worry about his dementia.
What's dementia anyway?
He keeps talking about how we both did a DNA test ages ago, but for some reason he keeps getting messages from them where they can go even deeper into his DNA and identify things that he's got wrong with him.
So I keep saying no.
So what's the things they can identify you've got? They can identify...
Well, they sent me one, and it said, do you know that... This is gleaned from my DNA, apparently. Do you know you've got a 90% chance of getting dementia?
which is so panicking him.
So I thought to myself, right, okay,
Did you tell them that your mother had dementia?
No. They've got it out on my DNA.
Oh, they based it on your DNA?
On my DNA. And so my mother's got it, obviously. So I just thought, well, yeah, pretty obvious, really.
But they wouldn't know about your mother having it, though.
No, I know, but
there's something in the DNA that identifies it.
Obvious to me. Anyway, so they keep saying, do you want a deep scan DNA job here, and we'll tell you everything that you're likely to catch or have wrong with you. And I thought, no, I don't. I'll just take it as it comes, thank you. And there you are. Although I am actively doing anything that says do this and
to avoid dementia, he's doing it.
I'll do it.
He's eating certain foods. What foods have you got to eat to?
But I play the guitar, don't I? And
he's trying to keep his mind stimulated.
And apparently that's good for it. So I might be in that 10% threshold that just totally miss it.
Might not get it.
I'll be so sad to miss it. Not.
I haven't gone as far as him with my DNA. Well, I've had my DNA thing, but I've never ventured further to find out what it'll tell me about my background. I might not like what I hear, what I see, what I read.
would be interesting though. There is that. So
Did you pay extra to do that?
No, you have to pay extra to have it done. That's why they keep sending me messages.
Or to have a deeper clean, a deeper look.
So, and I have to admit, if I could afford it, I'd probably do it, because my curiosity is sort of natural human curiosity, isn't it? To know as much as you can possibly know, and or at least for me it is. And probably as well, I can't afford it really.
So there you go. That's his story about DNA. And the rattling that you can hear in the car is that I've just bought 2 small plates because we're a little bit short of small plates. And I just thought, sorry, I'm looking to see what the messages are. And so I just thought we might need another 2 small plates.
Is that it then?
That's it. Unless you can think of anything else to talk to them about.
Oh no! When we went shopping, everybody in England will know about this. The people outside England may not come across it, but there's a trend at the moment to offer what they call wonky fruit and veg for cheaper prices, and these are all. You remember when you were a kid and you used to get carrots that 2 legs
had turns and twists and legs,
look like little old men, and
well, supermarkets reject those, don't they?
Well, they have been doing, but now there's a trend. They've started to package it as wonky fruit, sell it for less money. And so I bought some wonky raspberries.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And I bought some wonky strawberries.
And we've got wonky apples as well.
And we got wonky apples.
I wonder what. Well, I looked at the apples. I picked up the apples, and I didn't notice anything wonky about them. But we shall see when we take them out the packet.
Maybe they'll taste like oranges.
Maybe they do, yeah.
That's why they're wonky.
Anyway, do you like this? My new seatbelt protection. I've just told you about it in the previous vlog.
Here it is.
Here it is. This is it in action. If I want to go to sleep, I could turn that round because it's a bit padded on there. But basically it goes that way and it stops me getting this burn mark of the seatbelt. I have to keep sitting like that with the seatbelt like that because it irritates me so much. So that's my new seatbelt.
I was only a millisecond away there of slamming the brakes on and testing it.
Oh, thank you very much. I love you too.
It would have made for a good video.
That'd be good. My usual thing when he goes forward is, See you later. I bought this before the lockdown, and it's a Pebbles bath mat, clear. And this is the bath mat. This is the upper surface, and the undersurface has little suckers on it. And I have been using this to hold my foot pedal down, but it still slides around. So I figured I might get this, and at first I was going to cut it up. But then I thought, no, I'm not going to cut it up because I can put 2 pedals on it. I can have 1 pedal there and 1 pedal there, and it should stop it from moving. It's got a rough texture here and then a smooth there, so I think that should work very well. You see, this is the mat on the floor, foot pedal, not moving at all. So I think that's going to work. It's not moving at all there, and once these suckers suck to the floor, it should be quite rigid and stop it from moving. The other day I came across this collection, which is called I Am Relaxed. I don't know how it popped up on my page, and I thought it looked quite interesting. So I thought I'd look at it and see what the collection of patterns are. And when I looked at the collection of patterns, I was quite impressed by quite a few. I've never made any I Am patterns, so I don't know what they're going to be like. You might be able to tell me whether it caters for the larger, not so much to whether it caters for the larger size, but whether the larger size fittings look as good as the normal size, what I would call normal size, 10, 12, 14 size. I'm about a 16, 18, so I don't know what they'd look like, and I'm sure some of you are slightly bigger. But it would be interesting if you could tell me if you've made that pattern, whether they look good on you. But let me just show you the collection. You've got I Am Relaxed, and she has made quite a few clothes. This is the one she's wearing. It's like a tracksuit top. So let's have a look at what else she has. And if I scroll further down, here is the I Am Relaxed collection. This one caught my eye. I thought it was rather nice with the yoke part there. I thought it was quite flattering in the beige colour, and just as nice in the navy. And I quite like this short version. As you see, there's a 3 lengths. There's a kind of mid length, mid leg length, just on the knee length. This is above just below the top of the thigh, let's say. And then you have a really long length, which is a padded and quilted one. And then I think that's it. But I quite like the look of that. I thought it was quite nice. So that one is called I Am Bob. Then if we go down, we come to I Am Blue. And Baloo is, I like that. I think that's quite nice. It looks very flattering. I know there's a few other patterns that make this, a few other companies make this pattern. I'm not sure whether it's Closet Core patterns that I've seen, but I'm sure some of you, you'll mention in the comments which other ones do it. But it does look very flattering, and this is quite nice for knocking around in the autumn, winter, say. It's nice for the autumn, winter, because we're in the house all the time in the winter on the evenings. Less flattering for a figure like mine, but some of you might like this. The little top that's shortened. I don't know that I like the way it kind of, it wouldn't work for me, but it might work for some of you slimmer people. Then there's the top. So this is basically that top without the elastic on. And then she's made into a skirt with the frill on the skirt. Not mine particularly, but some of you might like it. One is Mowgli, and I Am Mowgli are the tracksuity type bottoms, which you can have with a little split up the side, or you can have them with a tie and with the elastic at the bottom. I quite like those now, but whether they'd suit my short body, I don't know. With a back pocket on, or they've even got shorts for those of you who dare to wear shorts. I used to wear shorts a long time ago, but for some reason don't do that anymore. Then you have I Am Gaston. Now I like this. There's a couple of jackets like this that I've come across that I do like. It's just basically a straight jacket with pocket and a collar. There are a couple of denim patterns that I've saved that do the same thing. I'm quite keen to make some kind of jacket like this, so watch this space. I may make 1 or 2. But what she's also done is she's also done a padded quilted version, which is quite nice. That I quite like the style of it. And then she's done a cardigan type version. I'm not so keen on the neck. There's something about the neck I'm not keen on, but some of you may like that. It's a bit too low scoop for me, let's say. But that one's quite nice with the buttons going down. I think that's quite nice. It looks lovely in a white, and it goes gorgeous with those denims. So if you are a white person, I'd love to be a white person, but I'm not a white person because within 5 minutes that would be dirty. Then you've got the Mowgli and Blue PDF bundle, which you can get together, where you get the top and the bottoms, and you can check out the PDF bundle on that, or you can get the entire collection. So there are other ones that she does. I haven't really had a look at her other patterns. Well, I've had a look at some of them. Let's have a look. There's one that really caught my eye before. I'm going to go to the bestsellers and see what our bestsellers are. Well, obviously those. I quite like that blouse, although I'm not keen on the way it curves there. And I find with me, with having a bigger bust, I have to spend a lot of time trying to level the front out because that lifts it. These denims look really nice. I'm quite keen on those denims. And there was something else that caught my eye. This, I do like that. Now that's very similar to the Tilly and the Buttons dress. I quite like the way it's got a shirt. It won't let me do it while if I put the pointer on, it'll move. But I'm quite like, ooh, can you see? No, well, I'll show you in a minute. I quite like, oh, here she comes walking on. You can see what it's like. Let's have a look at this. That must be a lovely drapey fabric. It's rather nice, that. I do like that. And that's the same one without the frills on. Longer at the back than it is at the front. And there's a blouse for those of you who can get away with it. The problem with me is I've got a big bust, and that would stand out really far out for me, or I'd have to have more of a draping fabric. But I do like that. I like the long sleeves with the cuffs, the shirt style dress. So I'm tempted to do something like that. And that one was I Am Marty. So there's more to look at here from this shop, but I've only touched on a few patterns that caught my eye. So that's I Am Patterns.